So I've got a confession to make. I never played more than a few hours of the original Oblivion from 2006. Personally, I just couldn't get past the graphics or the gameplay, and I know for its time it was groundbreaking, but I grew up on Skyrim, Fallout 3 New Vegas, and Fallout 4, so going back to Oblivion just kind of felt like stepping into the Stone Age for me. But today, that all changes because Oblivion Remastered just dropped, and I'm diving in for real this time. Now, as soon as I saw it was live on YouTube, I was literally watching the trailer in the bathroom at work. Then when he said it was dropping today, I literally spawned at my computer desk. I don't think people at work were too happy about me leaving early, but to be fair, they're not really happy about anything anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Besides, it's not every day a Bethesda game drops, unless it's Skyrim. Again. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my priorities are in the right place. And listen, Skyrim isn't just one of my favorite games, it's top 3 easy. So yeah, I've got high hopes and even higher expectations for this remaster. Look, I haven't been this hyped, honestly, since I first booted up Skyrim or Fallout 4, both games of which still hold a special place in my heart. Anyways, I'm done talking. Let's jump in and see if Oblivion Remastered really lives up to all the hype. Right off the bat, the gameplay feels so much more fluid and responsive than the original. Combat has actual weight now. There's this really satisfying blood effect that stains the screen when you land a hit, and even your weapon stays stained afterwards for a little bit. Now, it's a small touch, but it does go a long way in making fights feel gritty and pretty real, honestly. Now, when talking about archery, honestly, it surprised me. I think it's actually far better than Skyrim's archery, and that is saying something. A lot of people like Skyrim's archery. I remember trying the intro in the 2006 version, or the legacy version, or whatever you want to call it, and it was a mess. I couldn't hit anything. The arrows felt floaty. It was just frustrating. But in this remaster, it's snappy and it feels solid. It's really, really clean. What really caught me, though, is the atmosphere. The whole world feels more alive than I expected. The lighting is gorgeous with rich colors, actual contrast, and it just screams fantasy. Like, even if you didn't tell me what this game was and I had to guess the genre, I'd instantly say fantasy. Now, I caught myself just stopping to look around more than once. The vibes are that strong. I'm really serious about this. The vibes, how this game looks, is amazing. The underwater visuals are insanely good. You got deep, ominous kind of blues. You got kind of the light rays coming down from the top. I mean, underwater in this game, it really is underappreciated in a lot of games, but this one, as soon as I jumped into water, I saw it and I was like, this is amazing looking. Audio wise, it's honestly top tier. It's all super immersive. The music and voices are crystal clear. There's no weird compression or muddy audio or weird audio glitches, and the remaster didn't just polish the visuals, they really tightened up the sound too, honestly. When it comes to NPCs and dialogue, NPCs definitely feel more alive this time around.
Mad for old
What
alias
the
stuff,
fuck
true,
is
but he's
wrong
got
with
the
his
dump,
mouth?
So it's all right, ain't it?
That might just be because the whole world feels more alive and reactive in general, but it still works. The lip sync is pretty solid. This is something they talked about in the trailer, and it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think it's decades or light years better than what we had in the original. Now, again, it's not perfect, but way, way better than the original. Now, some NPCs still have those signature awkward Bethesda expressions. They kind of look plasticky or like they're about to shit themselves or something. You know, wide-eyed, slightly off vibe, uncanny valley vibe. But overall, it's a big, big, big improvement. The textures on their faces and armor look way better, especially Uriel Septim. His whole outfit looks amazing. He looks like royalty. He's not some wax figure. He looks amazing. Now, I did a dungeon early on, just kind of on a side path I found while heading to Joffrey.
Give it to Joffrey.
And I actually really enjoyed it. Now, it didn't have some dramatic end room or loot chest like Skyrim dungeons usually do, but I didn't really mind. The lighting and ambience made it feel worth it on its own. It's really pretty. I can't get over the lighting. I'm not going to get over the lighting. It's really pretty. It kind of reminded me how less is sometimes more.
What?
There wasn't a big payoff, but the immersion sold it anyway. Now, for context, I am running this game on a Lenovo Legion Pro 5 16ARX 8 with a Ryzen 7 7745HX CPU, and an RTX 4070. And honestly, the game runs great. I know it's not the most powerful PC setup, but it runs the game pretty well. Indoors, it's always above 100 FPS easily. Outdoors, it usually stays around 60 or higher with the graphic settings being ultimate or ultra. If you bring it down, then on my PC, if you bring it down, then obviously the FPS is gonna go up. But it will stay in between 60 and 80 for the most part. Sometimes jumping up into the hundreds when I'm outside. It definitely does stutter at some points. I don't know if that's because of my personal PC or if it's just Unreal Engine 5, but there is some frame dips, especially outside. Again, it's nothing game breaking, but it's noticeable enough to mention. If anybody else is having like some laggy issues, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think, but I'm gonna blame it on my PC for now, but again, it could be Unreal Engine 5. Now, when it comes to UI and controller and stuff like that, I've been playing with the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, and I did hit a small bug where when I'm trying to loot a body, sometimes it makes the character or the animal that I'm trying to loot just start floating. It makes me pick it up, and I'm not sure why, because my buttons aren't sticky. So this I'm gonna have to blame on the game, honestly. I think it's a little bit of a bug that when you press the interact button, it thinks that you're holding it. Now, the inventory UI also took a minute for me to get used to, but that's not anything out of the ordinary because I play so many games, it takes me a little bit to kind of readjust from game to game. But once you figure it out, it's actually a lot smoother, way smoother than the original's mess of a menu system. And yeah, some of the controls were a little awkward at first, but especially if you use a Skyrim layout. But if you kind of reconfigure it a little bit, then you'll get along just fine. Now, when it comes to character creation, it's actually pretty solid now. You can tweak all the key stuff: face shape, skin tone, eyes, nose, the whole deal, The only thing I wish they added is a muscle slider. I wanted to make my guy really muscly because that's what I want to make myself in real life, but overall it's still pretty good. It's not cursed anymore, which is a huge upside, so I don't feel like I'm looking at some demonic force when I'm creating my own character now, so big ups there. When it comes to world design and exploration, the Imperial City looks stunning. Huge, detailed, and the lighting there just hits perfectly. I didn't get to explore the whole thing, but what I did see made me want to. The level of detail, the draw distance, the textures, it's all really clean. There were a few stutters, again, as I explored, but again, it's not really anything to kind of gawk at. It's nothing really that serious. And honestly, even the stone walls and the buildings have texture quality that surprised me. Like when they said that this was going to be in Unreal Engine 5, I thought, okay, it's going to be kind of plasticky. And it still has kind of that weird water texture thing going on, which I think all Unreal Engine games have. But overall, it's really, really good. Now, I gotta give a quick shout out to Xbox on this one. It launched day one on Game Pass. Today, on Game Pass, it's free. So if you already have Game Pass, go download it right now. It's kind of wild, honestly. It's a massive W for Xbox players, especially for people who never played the original, like me. Now, I did buy this game on Steam for $60 since I needed it on my PC for recording because I don't have a capture card for my Xbox yet.
Go get a job for a nigga.
But if you're on console and you're not recording anything, you can literally just boot it up right now with Game Pass, and that's honestly really sick. So for my final thoughts, Oblivion Remastered really surprised me. I thought it was going to be something along the lines of the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Remastered, where it was going to have a lot of jank, people weren't going to like it. But what I'm seeing online, and from my personal opinion, this game is super fantastic looking. It looks, I can't get over how amazing it looks. Maybe it's just Unreal Engine 5, but I think the designers on this game need a raise. They did a really good job. Now, it still has some quirks and that familiar Bethesda jank here and there, but honestly, they just make it feel more authentic. It's not like the GTA trilogy, like I said. This is a real remaster. You can actually tell that they put effort into it. The game looks great, it sounds great, and most importantly, it feels great to play. It's the kind of remaster that makes me want to keep going. And right after I'm done recording this, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to play, and I'm going to continue to explore, because I've never explored the Elder Scrolls 4 before, other than just a couple hours of playing through the beginning. Now, I've only played a few hours so far, but I already can't wait, like I said. It might not dethrone Skyrim as my favorite just yet, but I'll say this, it's earned my attention in a way the original never, ever could. If you're on the fence, I have to say you should give it a shot. And if you played the original, I'd love to hear what you think of this remaster, especially if you've seen changes that I might have missed. Now, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you want more Oblivion Remastered content, or you just love RPG mods or Bethesda chaos, drop a comment, a like, and a subscription down below. I'm Avo, peace.